Hello everyone, welcome back to Daily Endeavours for Sunday the 5th of October. So timecodes will be in the description as always. Now I had to have a quick look at the time when I saw this because I thought that the dailies hadn't reset or something, because these three are literally the same as yesterday. So yeah, it's a bit weird, but yeah, pretty much the same thing. So my advice would be you can do crafting with enchanting and enchanting piece of equipment kind of at the same time. You just need an item to enchant over, and you just need to know which things like enchant onto what, but it's pretty straightforward. And the other two options are also really easy. Patrolling Horror, I will talk about this at the end, but I don't think this is worth it compared to the others because of how much play influence there is on this. But it's not a terrible option either. So yeah, I'll go through that briefly at the end, just so you understand the specifics. But yeah, I'll start with these two because honestly, yeah, these two together is great. It's just a bit of preparation required. So the good thing about enchanting in this game is that there's no wrong combination. As long as you've got a blue rune, a green rune, and an orange rune, so a potency, aspect, and essence rune, you can make a setup. The limitations are going to be the ones that you can use. In this case, the aspect runes, and in the potency case, it's fine because if you go to any enchanter in the game, let's talk to Devilla right here, for example, they sell all the blue runes by default. So what you can do is just go Jode and Jorah. These are usable from level 1, so you don't need any prior leveling up in enchanting to be able to use these. So my advice is just buy 4 of these. I don't know why, but they're on guild stores, they're more expensive than they are here. So my advice is don't use guild stores for this, just fucking buy them here. The other two you should probably use guild stores, or you've got a couple of other options which we'll go through. The other thing you can do is if you have lots of money and you just want to do this ASAP, you can buy a bunch of glyphs here, enchant a weapon with a couple of them, and then deconstruct deconstruct the rest of the glyphs to get the rest of the runes to use, so you can get this done. Because when you deconstruct these, sometimes you get runes back. The potency and ones aren't super important unless you're max level in enchanting, but the other two things are good. Option number 2 is acquiring them through the Enchanter Hirelings. So if you level up enchanting a little bit, you'll get access to the Enchanter Hireling passive here, and just over time, what this will do is it'll just give you runes. So if you just keep plodding away at this every time it's up, just have this on. If you're worried about inventory space, just run like an extra character. Just deconstruct a bunch of glyphs that you found, and then just store a shit ton of runes on them and do it that way. Yeah, whichever way works here. Just over time, just grab the runes. For example, 2 Jajota, 2 Dakepa, 2 Jihade. I can use all these on this character, so that will be like half of the effort. And the other one, for example, I can use Rakuta, so that's fine. But yeah, the only issue is with the aspect runes, a lot of them require you to level up a bit and put some passives in. The only 2 for aspect runes which you can use at the beginning is going to be the white and the green quality ones. So hold on, just go enchanting. You can find them here, so you can select which ones you want to look for. For example, just looking at Children of the Wolf over here, 17 gold for Jajota each. I would not buy this, that is way too much. But yeah, this option here is super duper quick, assuming that you can get a good deal on these. There are lots of guild traders out there. There's one in the couple of the starting cities. Glanumbra is great because Daggerfall, the starting area for this faction, has 5, so you can check those. But yeah, every zone has like a major city with a bunch of guild traders. For example, Mournhold and Deshan has 7. The other method is finding runestones in the wild. Just look for the orange tint on the floor and the A-shaped sort of stone shape of the node. These always give you 1 green and 1 like orange-brown rune for the aspect and the essence runes, and they have a chance to give you the potency runes. But that doesn't matter too much because the blue potency runes you can just buy from enchanters anyway. So these 2 are the ones that matter. Alright, so as far as which runes to use, this is my recommendation. Again, just go Jode or Jorah, just buy these from enchanters. For essence runes, you can use most of the stuff, but there's a few I definitely suggest you avoid. Hakejo is the biggest one. These are super duper expensive, very rare to get, and should only be used on like the best quality stuff. The other ones are Rakapa is usually pretty expensive because fire and fire enchants are used a lot. Also, Makderi and is it Tuderi or Kaderi? Where is it? Yeah, sorry, Tuderi over here. So these two are used in enchants a lot. Oko is also quite expensive nowadays because they're used a lot in writs. If I were to choose, probably go either Dakepa for frost or Kooko for poison's usually pretty good. Kaderi shield's pretty good. Probably the best of the lot is either Okoma or Oru. Oru especially. I find this one to be... There's like so few uses for alchemy enchants or alchemy glyphs, just specifically for like jewelry. That being said, for today, it's easy to get weapons and armor, like take it from, like, steal it or get it from Imperial City. Whereas getting jewelry, sometimes you might not have it, so just avoid that maybe. In that case, probably go Hawako, because yeah, you can make poison glyphs for weapons. So yeah, just keep an eye on that. Don't worry about these two, you can't get them anymore, they're like collector's items essentially. Jidota, this is the only one I suggest for aspect runes, because Ta is actually used for wrist, so it's more expensive than Jidota. Dinata is used, you need to level up a bit in enchanting, and Jidota is like so cheap, it's like 3 gold a piece as long as you can find it. Just like in guild stores, or yeah, it's usually one of the most common from runes too. But if you go runes, probably Tart and Jojota, they're probably the two you'll get the most anyway. Just bear in mind, if you go the runestone route, sometimes you'll get the blue runes to your current level, and you might not be able to use them. So that's why I suggest just go getting blue ones from enchanters anyway. Alright, just to recap, Jor and Jode for blue, anything that isn't Hakejo or Indeko for green, and then for orange, just go Jojota. That's the only one I suggest. Alright, so I'm just gonna go over to the enchanting table, gonna use some Jode, some Jojota, and then just go some Dakepa. See, it's about 14 gold each. And then you look at Oko, it's like 170 gold, and Rakapa is like, yeah, 120. So there's some that you definitely want to use over others if you're going to buy them. So this will make a frost weapon glyph. Oh, sorry, never mind, it's a Juri. Right, so I'll make some frost glyphs, because then I can just grab a weapon from the street. You can do the same with armor glyphs. The only issue is you have to use Denny or Mako. And yeah, don't use Oko because it's so expensive. But Mako and Denny, they're quite cheap, and usually you'll find them a lot in guild stores. Yeah, they will be a little more expensive, but not crazy expensive. So we got that done. Now we just need to get a weapon. If you do this, just grab 2. If you craft the same item over and over. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Got that. The reason for that is if you try and enchant the same glyph on an item, it won't do it. It won't let you. So just grab 2 items here. And there you go. So that's 2 super quick. Majority of that is just going to be sourcing the materials. The actual crafting and the acquiring of items is like the easy bit. You can also go to Imperial City and loot some weapons or armor there, and that's not stolen, if you want to avoid the whole bounty thing. Alright, now looking at Conservatory Furnishings. So the insects and arachnids and Conservatory Furnishings, we had this literally yesterday. So if you've watched yesterday's video, it's all just going to be the same bit. Alright, but yeah. Okay, so firstly, you need a Conservatory Furnishing. A lot of larger or like sort of medium-sized houses will have Conservatory Furnishings, even small ones probably. It's just like plants and like sort of garden rocks and shit like that. So there is a chance that your house already has one. Yeah, I'll show you in a bit how to check that. But yeah, for now I'm just going to show you the quickest way to get yourself a Conservatory Furnishing. What I usually go is this fern plant here. There's a couple of other ones, for example, you got like little shrubs like this one. You just want to be a bit careful if you go some of these other ones, like the boulders, they're quite large. If you're only going to go a small house, like the free ones that I'm about to show you as well, for example, you want something small. And in that case, yeah, probably one of these like little plants, like this or that. Because yeah, that'll fit just fine in one of the smaller buildings. So yeah, this one here, the shrub dense forest or the fern plant. This one here I usually go. So only 100 gold. So it's very easy to get yourself a single conservatory furnishing, and that's all you need. And I'll show you how. I mean, it's straightforward, but I'll show you how. So the other thing you need is a house for free. You can also get this here. So these are both available in Glenumbra at the Daggerfall Wayshrine. Again, this is where you can get some of the, like, buy some glyphs from these guild traders, maybe. I don't know how accurate it'll be, but maybe give it a try if you're going to do those. But yeah, so we've got the Conservatory Furnishing from over here. Now we come over here where this house is located. There'll be this NPC. You talk to them, it'll start a quest, and to complete the quest, all you have to do is just continue talking to them. A house will show up here, like a little apartment complex thing, and then you can just accept that. That's your free first house, and that will be more than enough to house your conservatory furnishing item. So in order to access your house, you just go to the map tab, into houses here. In collected, the ones you've currently got will show up here. So to travel to them, you just click on it, left click again, travel inside, confirm. If you go to a wayshrine and then do it, it will skip this little traveling animation. So if you're right next to a wayshrine, just do that instead. Alright, so yeah, you can see the fern plant there. So firstly, checking in your house if you've got one. You go into the housing editor, you go to browse at the bottom there. In the retrieve category over here, you click that, and then you can go to conservatory. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff in this house already that is actually counted as a conservatory furnishing. So I'll just pick this up and just show you what I would do. So say you've just bought the plant and you want to put it in like one of your tiny little apartment complexes. What you do is, yeah, again, you just go housing editor, go to browse at the bottom, and then you'll start in this menu here, the place menu. Just go conservatory, go to the furnishing, you place it on the floor, and that will count once. Now it has to, if you just spam it over and over with left click, nothing happens. It has to go into your inventory like this, and then get taken out and put on the ground, and that actually works. Now to speed this process up, there's a strategy that one of the viewers suggested to me. It's really great. All you do instead is at the bottom left, you'll see it says undo. Just hit that key and then hit the redo key over and over. That actually counts as well. So that's a very quick way to do it. So now, whenever this endeavor comes up, I'll have to keep this in the middle of the bloody room, but you just go straight to your house. As soon as you find out it's in the endeavors, you come in, you pick it up, you undo, redo, undo. And for 2 furnishings endeavors, that's how easy it is. So what I usually do is, like, I've got all my different furnishing types over here, and I just leave them here until the time comes which I need to use them. See, I got the gallery furnishing. I think this is the parlor. I think this is structure. There's the soul gem that we got the other day for the Undercroft one. And there's some other stuff there. There was some like logs at the start of the house that I had. Yeah, you see the point. Just oh yeah, that's the laundry one. Yeah, so just do that. Just put everything in a corner. Once you get like a small, like a house with a small courtyard, and then you'll be good to go from that point on. That, or you can just chuck a bunch of different ones in each of the little apartments, or if you have ESO Plus, you can use the furnishing vault thing if you want. Right, insects or arachnids. What I suggest you use for the easiest place to reach is just southwest of the Devon's Watch Wayshrine that you start with by default. You can just come down here to Theeny. You'll be able to find these shulks here. These shulks count as insects, and there's quite a few shulks here. You've got this one here, over here. You can see them all in the distance here. Yeah, the thumbnail from yesterday was this spot here. So there's a lot of them here you can choose, and then there's to the more further southwest, there's some Quama as well, and they count too. There's a runestone there too. You could grab that if you want to do the enchanting one. There's some other good options that I'll go through, but yeah, this is one of the easiest to reach if you like are very early on, like playing this game and you haven't unlocked anything yet. Let's go through some of the other options. So one of my other personal favorites is Bleakrock Isle. This is Hunter's Camp, so there's frostbite spiders here that you can also use. And yeah, same thing, there's quite a few of them. There's like 20 or 25 of them here. You just gotta look around and yeah, just track them down and kill them. So getting to Bleak Rock Isle, this way shrine is unlocked by default unless you're Ebonheart Pact character. In Stonefall, same place you find the way shrine to get to Sini. If you go the opposite way, you go northeast through here. There'll be a boatswain over here, Lysel, who takes you to to Bleak Rock Isle, and then you just travel northwest. And Hunter's Camp over here. Another good option for spiders is in the Betnik Island. The same thing, basically. You see boatswain in Glanumbra. His name's Gilzer. He's over here. He will take you to Betnik if you talk to him enough. And then over here, between Grimfield and Moriselli, there's some spiders here. And there's also some spiders and wasps over in this section here. Wasps also count. Another good option in Shadowfen. There's a lot of wasps around Forsaken Hamlet. I believe... Is that where the Oh, no, sorry, no, I'm looking at the wrong zone. This one here. Silent Mire in Deshaun, over this side. There's lots of wasps in here too that you can kill for the Insects Endeavor. Now, my preferred method for this is to use instance areas, because sometimes players can come through and kill everything that you want to kill for the Endeavor, whereas instance areas, as long as you're not in a group, you can just jump in, nothing has been killed, because no other players can actually get into your version of the dungeon. And so that means you're not wasting time waiting for stuff to spawn. You can just jump in, kill them straight away, and then move on. And it also, once you leave the dungeon from the front door, wherever you come in from, it'll take you straight back. So it's also very convenient for that. We'll come inside. Immediately, there'll be like a big group of spiders right here. Just go through it. Chuck my dots down and just start killing them. Now these ones here, some of them are ranged spiders, so just be aware. You'll see some of them in the distance hitting you like that. So have to make sure you go find them. Oh wow, really bad lag. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So yeah, you only need 5, so that'll be enough. So Spindle Clutch is in the northeastern side of Glanumbra. So Exercise Cove and Cottage over here. You can use this house to travel here quite quickly if you use home tours. So go down here, home tours, browse homes, and just type look under E. It's Exercise Cove and Cottage. Just travel to one of these, go out the door, and you rock up in Glanumbra. You can also do the same with Deshaun's dungeons. Darkshade Caverns 1 and 2. They both have lots of Kwama in them that can be used as well. They count as insects. If you're an arachnophobe, that could be another good alternative. Darkshade Caverns 1, the Kwama are easier to kill, but Darkshade Cavern 2, you'll get to them quicker, that's all. Unfortunately, there's no houses super close to this, so either just get a player to bring you in here, queue for it yourself via Dungeon Finder, or use Flame Nix to Luxgary to get there the quickest through home tours. Alright. Defeating patrolling horrors in the Imperial City District. But in order to access them, every safe zone has it'll have a room with no icon in it. That's the room that all the ladders will be in. So you can just choose one. Each district has 2 patrolling horrors, and they're essentially world bosses with that are pretty tough to take down. Okay, so here's an example. You can see this person over here is killing it. And I want to be very careful not to, well, yeah, it's kind of dickish of me to do this, but, alright, fuck it, you know what, I'm just going to try and help them. If they have a problem with it, let me know. Maybe. Alright, so the good thing is, even if I die, it'll still count for me, because so long as you got the, as long as you did a bit of damage, that's all. So if I just chill here like this, just give it a minute. So you know what? I'll res here. It's worth it. Okay, so as you can see here, that worked. So you don't have to get the kill. You just have to have participated. That's the good thing about this one. That's why I don't think it's absolutely horrible. So long as you sort of helped. That's it. Now the good thing is I can actually go back there and loot the body and get the helmet from them. So that's one of the like advantages of doing this. The problem is, right, so say that player was not happy with me helping them out, or kind of stealing half of it. They could just take the boss away to somewhere else. You'd have to go run and find them. They'd kill you while you're trying to do it. Now, obviously, if they just kill the boss, it works for you. But what happens if they just decide to go off and stop attacking the boss? That means you just have wasted your time, and you're going to have to try and either kill the boss again or like do it. It's very rare that happens, but that's the thing. That's why I don't like this one too much. You're putting trust in other people to do what you want, and yeah, that's not always going to happen. So yeah, that's the thing. They're also very tough. As you saw, I got absolutely wrecked by the boss very quickly. I also stood in the other player's AoE there. That was silly, but yeah, I just wanted to prove a point. Like, it's very easy to get killed in Imperial City, especially when your health is so low. This is literally the Wild West as far as PvP is concerned. There are people who will absolutely wreck your shit very, very quick. Even if you like have a proper PvP build, if you don't know how it works, yeah, you can just get rolled over very quick. So there's lots of PvP guides out there. I'd advise you look up one as for like how to stay alive, like how to build your characters and stuff like that. Basically, just the district patrolling horrors. They have no tether range. So you know how if you aggro like an enemy and you run away far enough, they'll just lose interest and run away and go to full health. I'm pretty sure the patrolling horrors don't have that issue. So you can actually run around anywhere you want around the entire district, including the district flag, which has like sort of NPC humanoids on it. Now, if it's of your faction, those units, like those troops, I guess you could do this with a hostile faction too, and it would help. But those dudes will actually help you fight the patrolling horror, and that is kind of a way to make it easier for yourself. It's just unfortunately I'm on Old Merry Dominion, so I can't do that. So yeah, just a little consideration there. That's all that really needs to be said about this one, I think. My advice is don't bother. Kind of, but yeah, it's up to you. If you want the helm, it's worth it maybe, and it's not a terrible option. But yeah, if you had to actually kill the patrolling horror for this to work, it'd be absolutely fucking abysmal. But you don't, so it's not terrible. Alright, let me go. I need to go get that fucking helmet back. Hold on. Did I get a helm? Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, that sucks. Oh, no big deal. Alright, so one last thing before I go is if you want to get out of here without having to go all the way back out, so because this fucking place is like a well. It's easy to get into, but it's a pain in the ass to get back out. So what you can do is go to your Alliance War tab, go to Cyrodiil, and queue for one of these. Doesn't matter which one, just choose any. And you just have to just wait anxiously until it gives you the confirmation to leave. Do that, and this will take you straight back out of Cyrodiil. Of Imperial City into Cyrodiil. And then from here, you've just got the Waste Shrine right next to you. Usually, you can just find that, and that's how you get out of Cyrodiil. So that way, instead of going all the way through or like use the danger and shit, you can just jump out safely. That is kind of cheating, but you know, ain't nobody got time for that shit. So there are 12 in total. Each district has 2 patrolling horrors. They're pretty different. Some of them are really tough. Some of them are really easy. Supposedly Thirsk is the easiest, I've heard. But I haven't done these much, so I don't know much about them. All I do know is this UESP page has some information on it. Some of them, it tells you where they patrol and where you can find them. But yeah, some of them, the information's just a bit barren. But what will happen is if you click on the which patrolling horror you can see or you want to go fight, it gives you some just basic information of the stuff they do, so you know what to expect. Now, these bosses, they are usually different, like quite... I guess like they just have extra attacks that they do compared to their regular counterpart. Because, for example, Thirsk, he does this thing here, which is not what any other Twilight, like regular Grievous Twilight will do. So that's similar to what you get in Unfinished Dolmen in Orsinium. And yeah, or just like the Difrost Keep mini boss with the fucking kamikaze banking. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. So yeah, be very careful with this. It hits like a truck. Usually all of them have like one of these nasty mechanics to them. Alright, I'll leave it there. Any questions, give me a holler as always. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward set today. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks to Yoss as always. See you next time. Take care for now.